So, it was my homegirl birthday. I'll tag her. My homegirl birthday. She had no plans. I get a call, right? Here you go. My homeboy say, hey, Lex, come to Eddie Murphy house. Eddie Murphy? My ego's like, stay cool, nigga, stay cool. I'm like, is he having a party? We just having a few people over for dinner, and I'm invited. So me and my girls roll up there. It was me, the birthday girl, and my college friend Laura C. I'm gonna tag her too. Shout out to Laura. We go inside. You know, it's everything you would expect from somebody like Eddie Murphy. There's like a catered spread of food, and it's soul food, and it's a few people there. So we make our plates. We sit down at the dinner table. Eddie is at the dinner table. After dinner, right? He's like, he asked us if we wanted to see a movie. I'm like, yeah, well, let's go see a movie or whatever. And we think we going to the movies, right? But we end up going to his personal movie theater. Me and one of my homegirls, we had our own row. Eddie was on his row with one of his friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, we watched the movie. It's cool. It's chilling. Then he's like, hey, y'all want to go bowling? I'm like, yeah, let's go bowling. Hell yeah, I'm game. I don't give a fuck with bowling. I don't like bowling. But I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to go bowling. Eddie want to go bowling. We going bowling. He takes us to the bowling alley in his house. I don't like bowling. I don't like bowling at all. I just never took to it. I suck. I'm hitting my ball keep veering off into the thing. I can't hit no pins. Remember I told y'all after I finished that program, I was gliding. I got the bowling ball. This nigga Eddie glides right next to me. He says, you don't know how to bowl? I say, I'm not a bowler. I just don't know how to do it. Eddie goes, what do you mean you aren't a bowler? Who is a bowler? Who do you think is a bowler? And I'm like, huh? He's like, what kind of person do you think would be good at bowling? I said, I don't know, like, maybe like some like redneck in Louisiana. That's all he do on the weekends is he go bowling and he drink beers. I bet he's a good bowler. Maybe his name is Jed or something. I said, I feel like Jed could get in here and tear this bitch up. So then Eddie stops me, right? Eddie goes, well, in your mind, I want you to believe you're Jed. Believe you're Jed. Believe you're a bowler. Feel like you're a bowler. Act like him. Feel like him. Think like him. In your mind, believe that you're Jed. And I want you to bowl. I was like, okay. Alright, cool. So I got the bowling ball, y'all. And I started acting like I was Jed, right? Jed on that happy juice, y'all. I got the ball and I was like, yep, well, you know, my wife, man, I'm so glad I got out the house, came down to the bowling alley with my boys. I'm at my favorite place to be, the bowling alley. So I'm acting like Jed, right? And I'm really in character. Y'all, I go and I throw that ball. I'm watching it and it's rolling and it's staying straight. And I'm like, I watched it. I made a strike. He said, if you believe you can't do it, then you won't do it. But if you believe you can do it, believe you're Jed, think you can, see yourself, feel yourself doing it, you'll do it. Growing up, I didn't really have nobody telling me I could do anything. My parents had me in high school, so my grandparents were the kind of my parents. You know, had to step in, and thank God they stepped in a big way. They had to work. I was a latchkey kid. I was the type of kid I walk home from school from the bus stop in like the second grade, and my little sister, I get her, and I had to take care of her, and nobody at home. Everybody was at school and at work, and nobody told me I could do anything. I just did what was expected. I took care of my sister, made sure we were safe, and made good grades because I knew that was real important to my dad. Like, my dad was, he was there, but he wasn't there. But he expected me to make good grades. And I was a daddy's girl. I loved my dad. I mean, I loved both my parents, but I was a daddy's girl, honey. You couldn't tell me nothing about Paul Miranda. Couldn't tell me nothing about that man. I was his twin. People like Beyonce, it's like, of course you're amazing. So out the gate, niggas is like, you can sing. You got talent, kid. For me, I would sing around the house all the time. My favorite place was to sing on the toilet, man, with the little toilet, the tissue holder. That used to be my microphone. You can't sing. Shut up. I was told to shut up a lot. This is me getting rid of my black trauma. But like, I'm not a victim, but obviously there's still hurt there, and I'm not gonna. Tears are good. Tears mean you're releasing. Tears are a release. Like, when your body want to cry, let it cry. Let it cry. That's healing. This is how you heal. Let it cry. I had a music teacher. Miss Smith. She gave me a solo to do in some school show or whatever. And I practiced. And then the day came, and I looked at the audience, and it was like a choir performance, but I had to like step out and do my solo. And I remember I was in the stands, and I was rocking with the kids, and then my solo came, and I fucking choked, y'all. I was so scared. Like, it was just like everything in my body just froze up, and I was just like, and then I think, like, I didn't have nobody in my family there at the show, because, like I said, everybody was working or in school. So I just, God, I froze up, and I never went out there to do my solo. And Miss Smith was at the piano, and she just was like, come on, you can do it. But nobody had really ever told me I could do it, So my brain was programmed a certain way. But something in me kept doing music. Like, I started, like, entering myself into talent shows, and I entered myself into one, and I was like, I'm going to do this. And I auditioned, and I got in the talent show. They booked me for the talent show. And I did it. And we did En Vogue, Don't Let Go. So we did that show. And somebody there was from the LEXTHEGAWD newspaper, and I got put in the city newspaper. It's like a rising star. But, like, even that talent show, nobody in my family was at that show. So then, I think after that, my mom she started being like, oh, okay, she's into the arts or whatever. And so she took me to audition for a play at the Dallas Children's Theater. This was an all-white theater company. I auditioned for a Christmas play, and they booked me as an elf. And the people really liked the people. They were so nice. They really took to me there. Shortly after I started doing plays at this theater company, and I was like 11. They put on one of their first all-black productions, right? And this is, like I said, imagine like a theater company in like the Bel Air of Dallas, right? So they put on this show with an all-black cast, and I booked the lead, okay? I was like 11, so I booked the understudy. Being on stage made me feel so free, like, and just, it felt like I was transcending, like, my life, like, my existence. It's like I was like, it was bigger than me. Like, you get in that flow state, and you just like here, like, you present. And I remember feeling that. It was a high for me as a kid, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with that feeling. And then when it was all, I just like, I was, you know, it was just like I was just somewhere else. I was transported. And then when the show was over, you know, I'm looking up, they doing curtain call, and I come out and I bow, and all these people are standing up screaming. I got a standing ovation. I wasn't the person that somebody said, you can do it, and this is how you do it, or practice, and, you know, or keep doing it, or believe. Like, nobody really ever told me that. Nobody ever really told me that. So how could I know? How can your kids know? How do kids know anything? How do kids know anything? You gotta tell them. You gotta tell them. You gotta nurture their gifts, their talents. You have to. But my journey led me to so many people that told me I could.
This is for that wild one. This is for that juice humps. This is for the candy lady slinging on that bus stop. Know I got the power. Know I got the remedy. Too much sauce. Watch me floss on a friend of me. Watch me rise up to the top like a Kennedy. Watch me drop it like it's hot for the DOG.